Hey guys, welcome back to another session. Here we are with the tutorial number 12 of Java Selenium series, and today we are going to talk about Selenium. So before actually digging into this particular session, I want you to go to tutorial number 1 or second of this whole series and check how to set up a Selenium project, and then come back to this session to know what is Selenium so that we can kickstart your Selenium journey from here. Okay, let's begin and deep dive into it. It's not going to take a lot of time. It's going to take hardly 5 to 10 minutes in the session. So stay tuned. So what exactly is Selenium? So Selenium is a robust set of tools that support the rapid development of test automation for web-based application. Okay, so it's noted that we use Selenium for only web-based application. We don't use Selenium for any mobile automation, API automation, desktop automation. We have different drivers for that. Okay, so Selenium is technically used for web application. So technically, if we are using Selenium, we are interacting with the browser. So browser backend language is JavaScript, where the JavaScript is supported. Selenium works very well over there. Also, Selenium support a lot of languages, right? We have Java, Ruby, Python, JavaScript. It supports a lot of languages. Also, it simulates the same manual behavior. Whatever the activities you do manually while interacting with the web applications, it replicates everything. That's why we use this for the automation testing. Okay. So all you need to know is HTML. Why I say HTML? To interact with those elements, you need to have a knowledge about the DOM structure. Okay. So DOM structure means your HTML tags which are written, your HTML code which is written behind your every web application. You need to know that. What is div tag? What is an anchor tag? What is a input tag? What is a button? What are the list? Unsorted list or listed list over there, how these tags like ul tag, li tag, div tag, every tag you need to know that. Okay, so basic html knowledge if you have, then you're good to go with Selenium. Okay, now jumping to the next slide. Just a second. Yeah, so over here we are saying that different products in Selenium. So right now, though, don't refer to this Selenium 2. It's an older version of the pickup which I'm using. Right now, it's Selenium 4.2.4, which we are using. Okay. And in Selenium, I would say in Selenium as a product, we have three different products in Selenium, which is like Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid. Okay, so if I talk about the history, what I remember is like Selenium IDE was introduced first, then Selenium WebDriver came, then we have kind of Selenium Grid in the market. So every single product has a different kind of utility. Selenium WebDriver we mostly use for the browser automation testing, right, on the local or remote. Selenium IDE is a kind of a record and play feature which Selenium provide, and it's installed on your Chrome and the Firefox, where you can install it as a plugin and you can record that particular flow. Okay, and nowadays a catch is like most of the tools in the market, just like Catalan or other tools which offer you record and play, they also use IDE plugin for their own use. They don't showcase it right away, but they do use that. Okay, coming to Selenium Grid. So Selenium Grid is just like providing you a centralized managed parallel execution in the diverse environments. So technically, I have 10 machines with me. So one of my machine can be acting as a parent node, and other can act as a slave. Okay, parent child or master slave concept comes over here, where I can organize my Selenium Grid and I can set it up throughout my 10 systems. Whereas one system will hit the command, all the 10 systems will start executing. So I'm dividing my whole regression suite. Suppose I have 1,000 test case regression suite and I want to run it overnight, and I can use the Selenium Grid and manage the execution in the different machines at a time, so that I can wrap it up within the given time frame. So each machine, each child node will be executing the 100 test cases. So that's how I divide the time. Whereas the time which I require to execute 1,000 test cases has been cut down 10 times now. Okay. So using the Selenium Grid. There are other features of the Selenium as well, which are like Selenium WebDriver features. Let's talk more about WebDriver now. Okay. Because we'll be talking and we'll be learning WebDriver in the coming series. We'll not be learning ID or Grid at this moment, but later on, yes, I'll be talking about Grid installation and the configuration as well. Okay. So First, let's talk about Selenium WebDriver. So, features of Selenium WebDriver will say multiple browser support. It's a very, very important feature that help you to run your same script on either it's a Firefox browser, it's a Chrome browser, Internet Explorer, Opera, Safari. Okay, so you can run on multiple browser. Also, it has a multiple language support. So, if you are comfortable with Java or C Sharp or Python or Ruby or JavaScript, any language if you are comfortable with, you can learn Selenium and you can easily automate your web applications. Third best benefit is speed. In Selenium 4, the architecture has been modified a lot from as compared to the Selenium 3. So it has also improvised the speed of the execution now. The interaction between the web browser and the Selenium commands have been short, which make the execution faster. Okay, so speed is also a benefit in the Selenium WebDriver 4. Commands are very simple and easy to implement in the scripts. You don't have to worry that you have to learn a lot of syntaxes or a lot of commands over here. There are predefined methods in Selenium. Okay, so when you use like a web driver, driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So technically, your driver reference variable, which is a reference variable of kind of a web driver interface, it's pointing to the new Chrome driver object. Okay, so technically, your Chrome driver methods, which are overridden methods of your Selenium uh, WebDriver interface, you can implement them right away. Okay, so dot click method, dot send keys, okay, dot double click. Then you have mouse over methods. You have Windows dot manage dot maximize methods, right? Manage over there. You have multiple methods over here, which you can easily remember, and there is no uh, very hard kind of methods which are written over here, which are very difficult to remember or recall. So you can easily recall them. Then at last, drivers, methods, and classes. Like as I said, that handling the complex type of web elements and everything is very, very easily handled over here. All the methods, all the classes, all the drivers are predefined, pre-written over here. Okay. So these are the benefits of Selenium WebDriver. Now, continue with the particular project setup part, or I will say any other. Uh, why you choose Selenium WebDriver? Okay, there can be also a question. Now, let's talk some interview questions related to Selenium WebDriver. A scenario-based question. Suppose you are a 6 to 8 years of experience person. I usually asked to most of the candidates which actually appear for my like interview, and I'm the interviewer. Like, what you think? Why Selenium WebDriver is your choice over the different tools in the market? We have Cypress, we have other tools in the market which are also providing the AI capabilities right now, like TestRiger, Catalog. There are other market driven tools right now which is actually taking a pace, right, in the market. So why are you still choosing Selenium? So that's a very important question. Most of the people think that yeah, that's a correct way that why we are choosing Selenium, but they don't know because they said, okay, there's it was a requirement from the client, it was the requirement from the project owners, it was the requirement from the senior management. That's not a good way to answer. If you are 7 to 8 years of experience, you are leading a particular team, you should have your own voice, right? You should have your own perspective over there. It should not be the case that your client wanted. You are the one who is actually technically strong over there. Your clients might not know the benefits, pros, and cons of Selenium, but you know it. You know the in depth of Selenium. You know the in depth requirement right now which you have on the table. On the basis of that, tool selection is very important. Okay. I am not always in favor of Selenium. But yes, it depends upon the requirement. If my requirement is that way, if my budget is constrained, if my requirement says that okay, we have to go ahead with for the open source tool, okay, where we have a budget constraint, we can't invest much on the tool, and you are only considering the web automation and not considering with the any integration with the mobile or desktop automation. In that case, yes, go ahead with the Selenium WebDriver. It's not bad deal, right? And most importantly, with Selenium, we have a competitor as a Cypress as well. And that second factor arises, which says, what's your team capability, right? Now the first point was your budget, your constraints. Now second is your team capability. If your team is capable with the Java, they know Java, then go ahead. Selenium over there, right? If your team capabilities knows JavaScript as well, and also you are looking out for a kind of in a way where you need a lot of features along with the reporting, along with the virtual capturing, your video capturing of your execution. Also, you want mostly your team good hold on the CSS selectors, and try to work with the Cypress as well. You can try that too. Okay, but if your team knows JavaScript, you can also go ahead with Selenium. Completely depends upon your different factors, different conditions, different requirements. Okay, so that's how you need to prepare your interview questions during the interview. Okay, there is also cons in Selenium WebDriver, which I just mentioned. Like Selenium WebDriver support only and only web applications. That's the biggest con, right? It don't support any other kind of automation. And Selenium WebDriver is an open source tool, which also give a kind of a fear to most of the clients, because where the security is a concern, they also figure out like, okay, see, Selenium is having it's an open source, which can later on, if the community they tweak something in the particular code, in the open source code, in the libraries, it can actually hamper their data security. Like with whatever the applications you are automating, their data is very crucial, right? Especially for the banking applications, your HR applications, your portal where the compensation is revealed. So that is also a concern most of the client they look forward to. So that's kind of a, considered as a con for Selenium. It completely depends on the mindset. Okay. Then Selenium has few other cons as well, like handling captcha, like with respect to you are not able to handle the captcha or barcode scanning or these types of actions which we need to perform via Selenium. That's also a challenge. But I have a short video on the captcha capturing, like this capturing the captcha. You can view that and you can get an idea how to get a workaround you using a Selenium. There's a workaround over there. Okay. So that's all I have for today's lecture related to the Selenium. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the next tutorial number 13, we are mostly talking about XPath. So next one is very, very important. I'll be showcasing the different locators, and also I'll be talking about the latest feature of Selenium 4, which is locator strategy. I'll be talking about that. So stay tuned, and we'll be meeting again on tutorial number 13. And do share, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you so much.